Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I can say that now because I have 3 videos up, which I think constitutes a channel. So this time we're gonna do a week in my life or a few days in my life. We'll see how long I keep it going, but we're gonna do freelancer edition. If you're new here or you don't know me in real life or from TikTok, then you might not know I left my last consulting job earlier this year. And that's led me to a couple of really cool things, one of them being freelance strategy consulting. And I'm not at a point yet where I can come on here and be like, here's how to build a multi-million-dollar one-woman consulting business. But I can show you my routine. Maybe along the way I'll show you some of like the tools that I use, some of the coffee shops that I frequent. But I mostly wanted to make this to sort of document this fun period of life that I'm in right now, and kind of the freedom and flexibility that I have, because ultimately I will be getting another corporate job where I'm not sure, and that's also kind of exciting. I don't know, I have a feeling that I'll probably end up going back to New York, but I'm super open to other places as well. So just wanted to have this as like a little time capsule slash if you're another freelancer out there in my comment section, or if you're from TikTok and you freelance and you have tips based on what I show you, or you just want another friend in your corner, that's me. And yeah, I want to do a separate video on my like tech stack, because I've seen a couple of videos like that and I really like it, and I was super intentional about the different like invoicing software and scheduling software, and I just think that stuff is really fun. So I'll try to do a separate freelancer tech stack slash like maybe what's in my work bag video if you're interested. But this is just fun. This is just a vlog, and I'm just like happening to be freelancing because that's what I'm doing for money right now. Today, I am just gonna go get some work done at a coffee shop or two. I like to coffee shop hop around here. There's not a lot else to do in the suburbs, but we're gonna go do that. I need to run by the post office because I put a bunch of stuff on Depop recently, slash repopped some boots that I ordered. I'm just not the kind of girl who can order boots without trying them on. Most of the time they're not gonna fit me because I have some thick calves, okay? And these are just, they're gonna go to new homes with calves that love them. They're just not gonna be my calves. Actually, the girl that I'm sending these boots to today lives in Manhattan, so I'm like, yes, take these somewhere where they will be fully appreciated. I also just have some other random errands to do. I'm gonna go try and sign up for an introductory offer thing for a yoga bar studio called Yoga 6. I don't recognize that name, so that might just be something that's in the Woodlands. Maybe it's a chain, I don't know. We don't have a bunch of the classes that I'm used to from New York. Like there's no core power, there's no berries out here. Not that I'm used to berries. I've been a couple times and it's a little too much for me. But we're gonna start with yoga. Obviously, I'm just not walking as much as I normally would in New York, and I'm super excited to get back to some kind of walkable city. It's just way too hot and humid and muggy out here to walk all the time, so we're gonna try the fitness studio routes. I'm also really keen to get back into dance classes, so we'll see if anything like that, if I can find anything. And ultimately, we're getting a Rumble boxing, which is really exciting to me. I love boxing classes, so I just need to kind of work my way back up to do some boxing. Okay, so like I said, I'll do like a full, oh my god, I'll do a full like what's in my freelancer bag later, but I use this LL Bean boat and tote in the black contrast stitch. It's my favorite. I've been thinking about getting an ironic boat and tote, but I just haven't yet. And they're all out of the contrast stitch, which is my favorite. So we'll see if I end up getting one of those. But I have my big LL Bean. I need to transfer some stuff out of my purse. And then this is basically my freelancer work from coffee shops uniform. I'm always going to be wearing some kind of Lululemon legging because the coffee shops are freezing. Right now I have like a little tank that has a little bra built into it. I wear one of like 5 oversized Ralph Lauren polo button downs and a baseball cap sometimes. I just always bring this one with me. I need to get a couple other ones. It's like, ew, there's makeup in it. Yeah, and then my fun little personal flair comes from my makeup and my perfume. So today I'm wearing the Fenty Poutsicle in my type, and I'm about to spritz some of this sample of Young Rose from Byredo. I don't know, I like it. I don't know that I would spend $200 for the smaller bottle of this. I think it's really cool to layer, but it's just such a pure rosebud scent. It's not very layered, but anyway, that's what I'm going to use today. Oh, one last task that I have on my to-do list, hopefully today, but sometime this week, is getting a library card. So I have multiple library cards. I don't really know if you're supposed to do that, but I'm a very responsible library guest. I have my New York library card. I actually renewed it right before I moved, so I have that for a couple of years. And then I got a Houston Public Library card, and what I want to get this week is a Montgomery County library card for the Woodlands / Conroe. The main reason that I've been like collecting library cards is because I have this idea that I'm going to get a Kindle and use the Libby app to check out books from my local library. Do I actually understand how Libby works? Not really. I don't even know if it's actually tied to like your local library branch and their number of ebooks. I think it is. Do I even own a Kindle? No. But in the event that I do get a Kindle and I do download the Libby app, I will have 3 libraries to choose from. So, who's winning? I'm all loaded up in the car. Ignore the dust, we're gonna clean it this week. But I have a snack. I have my sweet tea in my favorite tumbler ever. Yes, I'm becoming one of those people who has a favorite tumbler. I guess that is 27, alright? It's something Ello brand from Target. It's cute. It holds a lot of tea. Alright, I'm done. Okay, I can't even talk about that seriously. And now I need to find a podcast. You guys, I was talking about Rumble and they texted me at 10:40 a.m. Hey, it's Rumble Boxing. First pop-up workout will be Monday, August 29th from 6 to 8. Come meet our partners. Something juice, Stretch Labs, what's that? That's fun. Only 30 spots. Ah! See, this is what excites us out here in the burbs, okay? Oh no, go back. I'm actually so excited. On the podcast front, clearly these are my top shows right now. So Boys Club, which is a crypto, women and femmes in crypto kind of podcast. And then we have Celebrity Memoir Book Club, which I really enjoyed the Audrina Patridge and Jeanette McCurdy ones. I don't know, there's a lot of people in here that I don't even recognize. I'm not super up to date with celebrity culture, I guess, but might check for one there. And then Busted Business Bureau is hilarious. It's done by Christian Borky. She's a comedian, and she goes through a bunch of just huge business fails. Some of them are a little darker and sadder than others. Some of them are just purely hilarious. I highly recommend the eBay one. That one's less dark. That's like a good intro, I feel like, but I'm obsessed. I will support anything Christian Borky puts out. It's amazing. So I think I'm gonna go with another Busted Business Bureau, but I just saw today she posted a season 3 update. Season 3 is coming September 5th. That is so exciting. I have just enough time to catch up to all the ones that I wanted to listen to. But I'm gonna do this Second Cities, a red line runs through it, because she mentioned in a previous episode, I think.
Picked to direct that review.
Oh, okay.
So it can be, there's not like a traditional path towards it, which I think is like maybe some of the reason why there was some tension around me being there.
I don't know how people do this where they like set it on their dash, because mine is like not the right level. I'll just set it here, yes. Okay, so as you can tell, I am at a Starbucks drive-thru. I have this really bad habit where if I know I'm gonna be going to like a local, cute, artisanal cafe, I have to run through a drive-thru Starbucks first, because I don't care what you have to say about Starbucks. Yes, it's jet fuel, but I need it injected into my veins to do work, and I just can't always trust that the coffee at these other coffee shops is going to jolt me back to life. So I actually tried something new. I normally do 3 to 4 shots of espresso on ice with light soy milk, 2 pumps of white mocha. I was doing shaken pistachio espresso thingies when that was in season, but it's not. Anyway, I just saw on their menu they had a new thing. It was the grande iced toasted vanilla oat espresso latte. I already don't know how I feel about it because it's blonde espresso and I usually hate blonde espresso, but give her a little taste. Okay, it's not bad. I think I would do a little bit less of the toasted vanilla and maybe do soy milk instead, but not bad. Just got to the post office and I'm gonna take this guy inside, and oh, this is cute. This is so silly, but I love and miss running little errands, and like the fact that I can do this on a Monday midday is kind of changing my life. Okay, that's dramatic, but it's pretty cool.
Oh no, in general, if it says improv anywhere near, do not let them take you in international waters. But yeah, other than that, bye guys.
Purposefully didn't ask because I knew it was gonna be parked, and I'm walking to a little cafe called Blue Door. It's in one of the little market areas in the Woodlands, sort of around a bunch of offices. There's like a big West End over here, I think for conferences and stuff, but it's really nice. One of the little river things flows through it. I'll show you in a second, but we're gonna post up here and work for a few hours. Okay, so I needed a little brain break. I was working at that cafe for like 4 hours and I'm fried. So I took a little adventure over to the library. I'm at the branch that's right next to the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, which is like a big venue over here. But yeah, let's see if they'll give me a library card. Your girl got a library card. The bad news is they didn't have the book that I thought they had, so I'm gonna drive to a branch down the road because they put it on hold for me, which is awesome. Okay, you guys, I have to show you this trolley that goes around the Woodlands. It is the cutest thing in the entire world. It's like it's a bus, right? It's a cute bus, but it's like the one adorable piece of public transportation I've seen in Texas. So we have to celebrate that, and I'm gonna go see if I can get you a closer look. I took no! Oh my god, I'm chasing it now. Hang on. Can you see it? Ah, we love the trolley. Look at her go. And it's free. And you don't need a card or anything, you just get on and get off. Okay, just had to show you that. Bye trolley, thank you. We'll ride the trolley one day. There's a little area where we have our pressed, and then a little sweet green. When I went to the library today and saw, look up the Woodlands, Texas if you want an interesting case study in like planned development communities in Texas. I know like 30A in Florida is another like master planned community that has like a little bit more of a communal feel than most American cities, which is almost none. The bars in hell were designed for automobiles, not people, obviously. But the Woodlands is like an interesting like country version of that. And like I showed you earlier, there's the trolley, which is like a really interesting form of public transportation, but it's free and that's cool. And it sucks that it's only in like a privileged part of town, because I think there should be free public transport in many more places. But again, as a case study, it's just really fascinating to see it in action. And when I went to the library, I had a couple older people start conversations with me, because I went and looked at the newspaper stand area. They have the latest like Wall Street Times, Wall Street Times, oh my god, I'm tired, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Financial Times, whatever. And a couple older people were sitting there just watching the river, enjoying the peaceful trees and stuff, and they struck up a conversation, and it was really cute, first of all, but it just made me think about how few spaces we have as Americans to interact with each other, right? Like if you've ever studied the third space concept or just any kind of urban planning stuff, it's like what makes a lot of European cities feel so much more welcoming and run better, and why a lot of the times they were hotbeds for innovation and new philosophies and ways of thinking and stuff. It's like they have those communal spaces where you're forced to interact with your neighbors and your fellow people, and we just don't really have that. And it was so interesting to feel like even a hint of that in the library, and I just wish that we had more. I mean, we do have coffee shops, which are a really good third space, but again, most of the time people have headphones on, like me today working, and it's not really somewhere that you would strike up a conversation. I know some coffee shops in New York try to do the laptop free hours or days to get you to strike up a conversation, but that just doesn't really happen. I feel like we've just grown out of that as a culture in the US, so that was nice. It'd be fun to experiment and see if we could bring a third space back. I feel like a city like the Woodlands would be an interesting place to experiment, but anyway, it did also make me think about a library that I went to last year in Helsinki. They got a new library called the Udi. I'll put some pictures in. I'll scoot over, Montana, put the pictures there, roll the clips. I was in Helsinki for a few months for work last year, and my coworkers there, my Finnish coworkers, wanted to make sure that I went and saw their new library, which I did, and I went there many, many times to work. And not only is it stunning, but it's such a cool example of building communal spaces for the public. So there were like sewing floors where you could like bring your own projects to DIY, and like there were public sewing machines that you could check out. There was a lot of community programming. There was a really cute cinema inside where they would show movies, both old and new, and then obviously books. There were a lot of conference rooms where people could actually take meetings, which I think is really special because, again, here in the US, you pretty much have to like book a WeWork or do something where you have to pay for the space. So I haven't really seen in many libraries spaces where you can actually like hold meetings if you're a small business or a single person entrepreneur. They have that. They have all kinds of programming for like children, young adults, older people, and I just think that it's a really cool roadmap that other libraries should use. And again, like I, having lived in New York for so long, am used to the New York Public Library system, which is amazing in terms of the actual books and access to research and academic literature that you have at your fingertips. But again, in terms of programming and just like communal space that encourages interaction and thought exchange, it's pretty non-existent. Like all the NYPL branches I've been to are quiet. Like there really aren't any pro-talking spaces. So anyway, just thinking about libraries today, just library things. But yeah, okay, I'll show you what I got at Target now. So for our last bit of fun, yes, that's another coffee. I don't want to talk about it. Our last bit of fun, I'll show you what I got at Target. So, okay, I guess I'll start. That's my dinner. But related to this cup, which I showed you earlier that I'm obsessed with, I got its sister cup for water intake. It's the Elo Hydrate by the Hour. I have seen that you're supposed to, like, I think even drink more than just this in a day, but we're gonna start here. That will be a good improvement for me. I've been slacking off my water intake, so we got her. And then I got 2 of the Soap and Glory Perfect Zen, I got 2 of the Soap and Glory Perfect Zen bath milks. I also got sent the entire Zen line through Soap and Glory's PR, and I've used up all of the bath milk, and it's been out of stock in all of the Targets in our area because it's that good. It's just like a lavender body wash, but there's a hint of tonka bean, and it was actually designed by Givaudan, which is like a big French perfume house, so it's just a lot more complex than a lot of body washes I've experienced. So got 2 of those. And then I've been on my pimple patch / zit sticker grind because I've had the gnarliest breakout this week. I do not know why. It must be hormonal or stress related because I really haven't had a breakout like this in at least a year, maybe longer. So naturally I've been trying out every single zit sticker brand. So this is the Rael Beauty Miracle Patch. This one is medicated and for underground spots. All the ones that I've tried so far have just been like the very standard ones. So that one's medicated, and then this one is by, oh come on. This one is by Zit Sticka. Goo Getter, that's disgusting. Surface extraction dots, and these have niacinamide. I didn't know that niacinamide helped with acne, but I thought, I don't know. I don't really know what niacinamide is. I know that I like it in things, but we'll try that. And then my Target had like a buy one get one 25% off for Rael. Am I saying that right? Rael. Okay, come on. All right, there we go. My Target had a buy one get one 25% off for Rael Beauty stuff, so I also oh my god, I can't speak. So I also got this Miracle Clear Barrier Cream. I think it's just a moisturizer, but for acne prone skin. I don't know if it's been my moisturizer that's been giving me issues. Oh, come on. I don't know if it's been my moisturizer that's been giving me issues, but we're gonna try this since it's acne friendly, since I'm dealing with a horrendous breakout right now. So there we go. That's our cute little Target haul. Love to see it. And now I'm gonna be at my little desk area working for the next few hours. I have already my candle chosen. This is Barco Honeysuckle. I think it's all natural. I got this from a really cute store in Navasota. It's like a Christian bookstore / really cute southern gift shop, but they had amazing candles to choose from, and this one actually smells like real honeysuckle, not super fake sugary stuff. So she's burning. We've got the cute lamps on for ambiance, and I guess I'm signing off for today. Alright, day 2. I just packed my work bag. I'm gonna drive into the Woodlands to a different library that has a few books on hold for me. I worked really late last night, like I stayed up until 2 a.m. So I got a later start this morning, so no yoga. Hopefully tomorrow, we'll see. Also, as you can probably tell, I have, like I mentioned, the gnarliest breakout right now. I think it's like a reaction to something because I just normally don't get that spread. It's usually just like in hormonal areas around my period. That's not what this is, so still trying to get that cleared up. I'm like upping my water intake, using zit stickers, and trying to eat a little bit cleaner, but I think this one just has to like play out its course. But I don't know, I don't want to throw too many new products at it, but I feel like I need to change. I'm nervous. It was a cleanser that I tried recently. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that, but I'm not gonna wear makeup today because I feel like that's also just gonna make it worse. So we're out here flaunting the adult acne. I have a few articles that have been in my saved folder, or like read later folder on my laptop, and I just decided to print them because I'm an old geezer, I guess, and I prefer prints in almost every scenario. So I printed out, this is from Holland's Substack. This is some academic research on tourism, the anthropology of tourism, that was referenced in an article that I read. So I just wanted to skim that. And I did spill tea on my paper yesterday, so we're doing great. All right, time to pick a podcast. I love this game. Library number 2, the George and Cynthia Woods Mitchell Library, which is confusingly not the one next to the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. Today is Wednesday, and it is obviously nighttime. I did not bring my camera with me today because today I took a little bit of a day off on a Wednesday. It's freelance life, says the person who is still looking for a full-time job. But I'm enjoying it while I can, some of the flexibility. I had to do a couple things today, but then my mom and I wanted to run some errands, which turned into us checking out the Halloween section of Target and going to Ulta. But I realized I haven't shown you my library book haul. I did like a whole editing down process because I had about 10 books that I found at the library just walking through the shelves. I always go to the social sciences, the biographies, the travel section, and then the new fiction section. I always try and hit those up when I'm at the library, and a bunch of stuff just caught my eye, but I didn't want to take that many books with me, so I narrowed it down to 3. So I'm going to show you the 3 that I picked. So the first book that I picked, this was the main reason why I actually decided to get another library card for closer libraries, because I wanted to buy this book when I was at Barnes & Noble. It's like 30 bucks, and I've just been on a reading spree and like buying more books than I can realistically read. And when each one is 30 bucks, it like starts to add up to a ridiculous amount of money for books that I'm like not actually reading yet. Anyway, I like to have a balance of fiction and nonfiction because I have been stuck in only reading nonfiction for quite a while. I just wasn't finding fiction books that made me happy and like that I enjoyed reading. I've always kind of been like a classic lit girl, and I don't like that necessarily. Like I don't want to be someone that's like, I only like Wuthering Heights, but I just haven't found a lot of books that made me feel as excited to read, I guess, in a while. But luckily the book that got me out of that was Here in AC by Susanna Clark. I don't think I have it near me, but that book kind of got me out of that rut and back into fiction. So I wanted to get Sirens and Muses by Antonia Ingres. It's loosely, I think, about like a couple of art students at like a hoity-toity art school, I think in New England, New York. I know it's set in like the Occupy Wall Street time period. It's 2011, America is in a deep recession and Occupy Wall Street is escalating. But at the elite Wren College of Art, students paint and sculpt in a rarefied bubble. It's supposed to be good. I generally like that vibe. Obviously the cover art is alluring. It'll suck me in, and it's brand new. The library had just gotten it in, so it's nice and crisp, not yellowed or anything yet, and stamped by the library. And then while I was there, the books that I picked up were, let's see, do this one first. This is Reality is Broken by Jane McGonigal. So why games make us better and how they can change the world. So this is an interesting story of why I picked this up. I found this in the social sciences section, and being a strategy consultant for the last like almost 7 years now, I have just bumped up again and again and again on the world of gaming and its impact on internet culture, on just society and culture at large. In terms of product, there's a lot of overlap in gaming and product, even where you wouldn't expect it. There's a lot of implications for building out the metaverse, a lot of Web3 projects. So even though I myself have never identified as a gamer, I think I played like Halo and Skyrim with my brother, and then I had a little Sims phase like everyone else did. Besides that, I'm just not really that much into it, and for a project that I did earlier this year, I had to go really deep into like Fortnite, understanding Fortnite culture and Roblox and stuff, and I just felt so out of my depth. So this book is all about the cognitive science and psychology and sociology supporting gaming culture, I think, and like its impact. But this one is really positive, which I also found was really interesting because I've come across a lot of like really negative takes. I think that's, in my experience, it's been almost the dominant viewpoint for so long, has been very negative around gaming, and almost recently it started to shift into a little bit more positive. So this is supposed to be a more positive take on gaming culture. And this last one I came across, it was again in social sciences, but like in the feminism, race conversation chunk. And it's Mediocre, The Dangerous Legacy of White Male America by Ijoma Oluo. You've probably seen this. She is the author of So You Want to Talk About Race, which I think has a blue cover. You've probably seen that everywhere, but this is the more recent book, and it's just been on my list to read for quite a while, so I picked that one up too. But then, never you fear, I got an Amazon package today. I know. I don't want to support Amazon. At this point, supporting Barnes & Noble is better. Remember when Barnes & Noble used to be the bad guy? And now somehow they're the better guy? Barnes & Noble is like Fox Books and You've Got Mail. But now I'm rooting, it's a twisted world that we live in, but I couldn't find these books. They weren't in any of the libraries close to me, it was going to be like a 2-week wait, / I'm trying to now just buy books that I actually want to keep on my shelf, or like that I know that I'll reference later, because I have a few books on my shelf. My shelves are full, but I have a few books that I'm like, I don't really think I'll really touch that one again, so it's kind of just taking up space. So I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional, but it's really hard. Oh, also, I do really take advantage of the used feature on Amazon. You'd be surprised, like sometimes you can find books that are listed for like 20-30 bucks, and there's a used, like in good quality used version for $2, and then you pay like $5 in shipping and it gets there in almost the same amount of time. So unless you need something today, definitely check out the used section of Amazon. But okay, this is just me justifying this Amazon package to myself, so we'll unbox it together. Oh, okay, so it's 2 books I got. So let's see. The first one is Content by Kate Eichhorn. And Kate Eichhorn is a professor at the New School in New York, and I actually got to work with her on a project earlier this year. And I didn't realize, I think she's working on another book, so maybe this is her second book. I definitely read through her first book that she had put out, but I just typed her name in because I knew she was in the process of writing a book, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, this came up, I didn't recognize it, and it's super fascinating. And it's, you know, I'm sure it'll be relatively academic, but it's also relatively short. So let's see, a concise introduction to content and the content industry from the early internet to the Instagram egg. Let's see. So I think this book just does like a really deep dive into just even the term content and how we got there, and sort of what it's turned into now, like the commodification of it, the implications of it. I'm sure there's like a big anthropological, sociological, society lens, so really excited. And the other one is Men Who Hate Women. I know it's a pretty intense title, but it's a pretty intense subject matter if you ask me. Men Who Hate Women, The Extremism Nobody's Talking About by Laura Bates. And this has been making the rounds on Book Talk for a while, so it's been on my reading list, and it's just a topic that me as a woman I'm very interested in, and it's come to my attention a little bit more in the past couple of years. But I'll just read some of the excerpt on the back. But something that was really interesting to me is I was looking up Laura Bates, because anytime I pick up a book that's supposed to be nonfiction or like a little bit more research based, I just like to do a little fact checking or just make sure that the researcher has the credibility, just because you'd be surprised what's out there. And Laura Bates is very, very credible. I just didn't know who she was at the time. But she won an award by the Oxford Internet Institute, which is a really cool school, part of Oxford, and they put out really cool research and they have awards, and she won one, and I think she has some other like social justice initiatives related to this, so did my vetting. But in terms of the content, okay. In this explosive book, acclaimed feminist writer Laura Bates lifts the lid on the communities of men who hate women going undercover, both on and offline, to explore the ideology and impact they have worldwide. Starting in the murkiest depths of the internet, Laura observes these groups in action, from incels and pickup artists to men's rights activists and men going their own way. That's capitalized, I actually don't know what that is. Tracing how effectively their ideals have been smuggled into our collective consciousness via trolls, the media, celebrities, and politicians, to emerge unchecked in our schools, workplaces, and corridors of power, posing deadly harm to both men and women. Including exclusive interviews with former members of these groups, as well as with the men fighting against them, Laura seeks to understand what attracts people to this movement, how it operates, and above all, what must be done to stop it. So, I can't say it'll be a fun read. I think it'll be an enlightening read. So, clearly my bookshelf is packed to the brim. I have a lot of reading to do, which I'm going to start tonight. But you know, to kind of switch gears into very superficial and fun, lighthearted, I also went to Ulta today and got a couple things. I made a couple TikToks reviewing them, so maybe you've seen those, but I thought I would show you like a little quick version here as well. And then there was something else that was really exciting in my Amazon order. Let me cover my address. I don't know. Anyway, it's a laptop stand, okay? It's nothing that crazy, but I've never had one of these, and I am like the hunchback of Notre Dame most of the time, so oh my god. Okay, let's do it again. iMac hopefully coming, but for now we're starting with little things like accessories. Here is the damage that I did today. I will start with lips. So that's what I'm wearing right now. I got 3 of these NYX lip glosses. They were in a new like display in Ulta, but I don't think it's a new product. I think if anything, they came out with newer shades. There's like quite a wide shade range of these and like a lot more wild colors than what I got. But I think this product has been out for a while, but it's new to me, and it's called the This is Milky gloss by NYX. Very excited to enter my beauty YouTuber era with this video. Let me start. Oh yeah, there we go. So I started with 3 shades, although now that I understand the consistency and sort of how it works, I will definitely be trying more shades, but let's see, we'll start with this one. This is Coquito Shake. Oh, I should have said, obviously by the name This is Milky, the theme is like milky drinks and cocktails, and they each have like a very distinct scent that relates to the name. And some of them are more opaque than others, but if they're a brighter or like weirder color, it's usually transparent. And yeah, just in general, it's an amazing gloss. It's not sticky at all. I think it's beautiful. I really love it. So, okay, the first one, Coquito Shake. So this one is their version of clear, which honestly does have a little bit of a whiteness to it. I'll swatch it on my hand. Let's see, there we go. So there is a little bit of like a white tinge, but for all intents and purposes, it is their version of a clear gloss. But because it's like the Puerto Rican coconut eggnog kind of drink, it smells divine, and I think this is a really good option if you want to do some kind of cool lip liner and then just fill it in and like blur it a little bit. Definitely recommend that one. Then I got Mixed Berry Shake, which is the hot pink one, and I've been on a major hot pink lip kick. I have like the Fenty My Type Poutsicle. I bought the Schiaparelli NARS lipstick. I bought a Revlon lip stain thingy that's hot pink. Like, I don't know why, I just can't get enough hot pink. This one is one of the more opaque. Again, I'll swatch it for you. This is my least favorite scent of the 3 that I got, but it's not bad. It's just not as unique. That's just one little swatch. Very nice. And then the last one, this is my favorite, and this is the one that I have on now. This is Ube Milkshake, and it smells divine. It smells divine. And I just noticed, even out here in North Houston, some of our cafes are starting to get ube lattes, so that's fun. But this is, let's see, this is having a hard time focusing, but you can see that. So I am really obsessed with these, and I will probably start to collect them, knowing me, so definitely recommend. It reminds me of like an original MAC Dazzle Glass, but less sticky and with a fun smell. That's my comparison. So next we have 3 eyeliners, and again, I'm wearing one of the eyeliners now, but it's been a few hours, so it's kind of fading away a little bit. But this is the NYX Smoke liner. I'm trying to arrange these boxes because I ripped them open for a TikTok. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these I can confirm are new. Show you. These are new, and I thought it was interesting timing because I've been seeing all over my TikTok that people are predicting we're gonna swing into this grunge makeup, Taylor Momsen, smoky eye, no foundation makeup look. We'll see, but if that's true, NYX hit that on the nose with this liner. Again, I was super impressed with the lip glosses, as I am super impressed with these. I haven't bought a lot from NYX in a long time, but I really think they've upped their game because these are amazing. So I'll go over the basic premise. We'll start with the more boring color. So this is the lighter of the two browns called Nude Haze. That's what I'm wearing. And on one end, and this is the same for all of them obviously, but on one end there's a gel eyeliner, just kind of your classic. I think what makes this unique is the colors in that sense. Classic gel liner, works really well, very like smudgeable, and once you smudge it, it kind of stays in place. After that you have about like 30 seconds to do your magic. But what's really cool is the brush that comes on the other end. Normally when things come with a brush, it's bad. That's just how it works. But this brush is like, I don't know if you can tell, it's so soft, and it's like, were those called artiste brushes? I don't know. There were brushes that were really popular when the beauty YouTube was at its height. They kind of look like this. It's so soft. I love it. So that's what I used to like smudge it out today. Let's see, and then the two other colors that I got, which I would consider neutrals for me. So I have hazel eyes with a decent amount of green in them. So I like to do anything with like purples, mauves that kind of bring out the green. So let's see, we'll talk about this one next. This one is Mauve Grit, which I also could see myself, oh that's the brush end, I also could see myself kind of smudging it even more, like almost like an eyeshadow, and smudging it out. But here's the color of this one. So showing, there we go. There's that one, and I'll swatch this on the same hand, I guess. So that's the swatch right there of the mauve. So it was darker than I expected, which is nice. I almost didn't get this one because I thought it would kind of fade away on my eyes, but got that one, and then I got this one, which is called Brick Fire. So it's like a rusty red, but honestly I was thinking / hoping on me, on my eyes, that this might look purple-ish. I don't know. It's like definitely warm toned, but we're gonna try it out. I think it could be fun. I love wearing pinks and like almost reds on my eyes. And again, same deal with the brush on the other end, but those are the three that I got. They have some fun colors in this as well if that's more your jam, but I thought I'd start more neutral. I picked up this what is it? No Filter primer from ColourPop, and I normally probably wouldn't try skincare from a brand like ColourPop just because my skin is very sensitive and it kind of already knows what it likes. And it's a cheaper price point, which I know does not equate to quality, but that's just sort of what's worked for me. It's like I usually have to invest a little bit more in my skincare, but I got their setting spray. It's like this peachy milky setting spray, and I love it. It has done nothing bad to my skin. So I saw this primer, and the color and consistency really reminded me of the Dior Face and Body, I think it's like 00 Universal Primer, and it's a very silicone-y but also like milky primer, and I thought this had like a very similar vibe. So it comes out in this little squeezy thing. Oh, I didn't swatch the brick. Oh well, okay, my first beauty YouTube is failing. But it comes out like that, and it's like the exact same consistency, at least on my hand, as the Dior one. And I mean, how awesome would it be if it's a dupe? It also has an interesting kind of peachy scent. The Dior one is scentless, so I don't mind a scent though, I really don't. So I got that, and then the last thing that I got is this NYX silicone sponge thing, and like brands started making these as like replacements to beauty blenders, which I do not believe. This is like putting like a chicken cutlet on your face. It's not a replacement for a beauty blender in my opinion. But what I thought I could use this for is I've seen people buy these like silicone gel pads and use them to do French tip manicures. So you basically paint like white paint on it, and because it's squishy and your finger can like go like this, you like paint the white and then you do this with your nail, and it's supposed to like give you a French tip. So I don't know why the camera color just changed like that. All right, I need to wrap it up, but that's why I got this. The woman at the cash register was looking at me funny, and I'm like, I know they don't work. Okay, I'm using it for my nails. So yeah, so we had clearly a little bit more of a shopping day than a working day, but it was nice. And then I got to come home and make some TikToks and do some LinkedIning and prepare for some meetings that I have this week. So I will continue to take you guys along. I hope this vlog doesn't end up being an hour. I'll probably cut a lot out, but I hope you're enjoying it so far. Another couple of exciting bits of news. So one, I got my laptop back from the Apple store on Thursday. They emailed me Thursday morning, so it really was close to a 3-day turnaround. And as you can see, I still have the stickers on the bottom, but they replaced the entire top part of my laptop. So I lost all of those stickers, but that's okay. I'm actually really excited to try and find some small sticker shops on Etsy and TikTok and stuff, because I've been wanting to redo those anyway. But the top is brand new display, really exciting. And on that display, I will show you something fun that went out today.